warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Dear the Excellency Kiai Haji Hasan Muhammad Hasan Mutawakil Allah SIMM, as the caretaker of the Nazar Islamic Boarding School, and honorable to the Dr. Abdul Aziz Wahab PMAG as a rector of the Nazar Islamic University, and respectable to Mr. Zainuddin MPD as our respected lecturer and supervisor. Okay, my name is Lailatul Masrurah from English Education Department at 3rd semester, and this video for tax final exam. Okay, this time I would like to tell you about effective strategy for teaching vocabulary and grammar for real-life communication. First, teaching vocabulary for real-life use. There are 4 parts. The first is teach vocabulary in context. The second is use meaningful repetition. The third is interact activities use. And the last one is teach collection and expression. The first is teach vocabulary in context. Vocabulary should be introduced through sentence, dialogue, stories, or real situation, not isolated word lists. For example, instead of teaching the word order, a lone teacher can use a dialogue in a restaurant. For example, like, I would like to order fried rice, please. In the context, this helps students understand meaning, usage, and situation at the same time. The second is use meaningful repetition. Students need to meet the word many times in different activities. Teacher can recycle vocabulary through short conversation, reading text, speaking text, writing simple paragraph. Repeated exposure help word move from passive knowledge to active use. The third is encourage activities use. Students should use new vocabulary in speaking and writing tasks. Activities such as role play, interview, or daily journal allow students to practice words in a natural way. For example, students can role play being a customer and a shop assistant using shopping-related vocabulary. And the last one is teach collection and experience. Vocabulary is more useful when shown as change, not single word. For example, make a decision or not do a decision. They take a break. Teaching chunks help students sound more natural and fluid. Next, teaching grammar for real-life communication. There are 4 parts. The first is use grammar in meaningful context. Grammar should be taught through real-life situations, not only formulas. For example, the simple past tense can be taught by asking students to talk about what they did yesterday or last weekend. The second is focus on use, not only rules. Instead of memorizing rules first, students should see how grammar is used. In communication, teacher can show example, ask students to notice patterns, then explain the rule briefly, and this makes grammar more meaningful and easier to remember. The third is combine grammar with speaking activities. After learning a grammar point, students should practice intro like a pair conversation, role plays, storytelling, speech. For example, after learning future tense, students can discuss their plan for the weekend. Last one is provide feedback in context. When students make mistake, teacher should give feedback gently and in context. For example, if a student say she go to school every day, the teacher can respond, yes, she goes to school every day. This helps students learn without losing confidence. The next is integrating vocabulary and grammar together. Vocabulary and grammar should be taught together, not separately. In real life, communication requires both. For example, in a role play, a coffee, students practice vocabulary like food, drink, price, and etc. And student in grammar put the port requires like could I have a drink? Nah, this integration makes learning practical and communicative. Okay, in the conclusion, effective vocabulary and grammar teaching focuses on context, meaningful practice, and real-life communication. When students actively use language for speaking, listening, reading, and writing activity, they are more confident and able to apply what they learn outside in the classroom. Okay, maybe that's all from me. If I have many mistakes, please forgive me. And as I say, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.